Hello and welcome to everyone. Today our guest is LFA champ Zviad Lazishvili. So Zviad, we can go again with the interview, with introduction. Thank you so much for joining and please go for with the introduction. Thank you so much for accepting.
You're welcome, my friend. Thank you for what you're doing. It's a very good thing for all the fighters, for popularizing this sport. So, as you said, I'm currently a bantamweight champion by version of LFA. I'm from Republic of Georgia, from Kobuleti, and currently I live in Washington D.C. and I'm finishing my master degree in cybersecurity, and also my second profession is like fighting, and I'm trying to pursue my dream and chase my dream and become an UFC champion in future, hopefully.
Outstanding. When did you start training MMA?
Um, I have kind of how to say a bad start in a way that I used to fight a lot in the street, and one of my street fights, my future first coach, Zviad noticed me, and he kind of invited me in his gym and told me that he would teach me to just fight. And I was 19 years old when I just started for myself to just learn self-defense, nothing else. I would never think that I would become a professional fighter. My father is a wrestler, freestyle wrestler. He's two-time world champion, three times prize winner. And from childhood, I always wanted to compete. I always wanted to feel the competition and like do some sports, especially wrestling. But my father never helped me to do it. He was always like pushing me to study, and he tried everything to kind of not give me chance to become an athlete, because he knew how hard it is in my country, and he didn't want it for me to have the same path, same hard path as he had in his career. So kind of understand him, but sometimes what's yours, it's yours, and it's in your blood. So eventually I started still training, and currently I'm like devoting all my time, my energy, my everything to MMA.
So as you mentioned, your fighting style is now MMA, I assume, but you kicked off with wrestling. So which one is actually your favorite move? Which one is your favorite strategy? You are trying to push the pace all the time to keep the opponent busy, or
So you know what? If you look at my fights, I like to I'm more like counter fighter, and I like to wait to my opponents and wait their mistakes. But every fight is different. Every opponent is different, and for time and time, I learned that you cannot be one-dimensional. You have to have a game plan for every spot of the fight. Sometimes you may have to strike. And there will be for sure somebody who is better wrestler, better grappler than me, and I have to strike, and I have to be ready for that. So for now, I mean, I don't consider anything like as a favorite. I know that I have to be like I don't have to be one dimensional. I have to know striking, I have to know wrestling, I have to know ground game, I have to know how to kick, everything. So I'm trying to improve everything step by step. But if you ask me what's my strengths and what's my favorite, I mean, where I feel myself comfortable, of course, on the ground. When I go to the ground, it's like kind of my world, and I can like think step ahead. Like it's like chess, like I can see what my opponents are going, and I can feel it. So I would say my strength side is ground game, and I love ground game too. But on the other hand, I like striking too. I'm learning that, and I enjoy striking more than wrestling for some reason. But let's see. Future shows.
great. You said that you don't have a nickname, haven't picked a nickname yet. Who's coaching you now?
Yes, my coach is Iranian, from Iran, Azerbaijan side of Iran, Nima Mazari. His background is karate, but he has like more than 35 years of experience in martial arts. He's one of the knowledgeable and one of the best coach I've ever met. I had chance to work with many coaches, many high class coaches, and I would say he's one of the best. And it's very rare to find this kind of coach and also this kind of person, because he's not only a coach, he's like your mentor, your like father, everything together. You know, it's rare to find such guy. So I'm really lucky in that. Also, I have BJJ coach Tony Waldaker, who is fourth degree Holson Gracie black belt, and I think that if there was like PhD in BJJ, I think he would have one, because he's like, I mean, insanely knowledgeable. I cannot even explain how knowledgeable he is, and he has such a simple moves, very simple, very effective, which I've never seen anywhere. You know, sometimes I feel that I'm stuck in some position. There is no way out. That's it. You're done. And he will show you something like very simple, very, very effective. And you will be like smiling. You will just automatically smile how easy ways he has to come out from some situations. Also in Kaizen MMA, we have like other coaches, boxing coach, for example, Gustavo. We have strength and conditioning coach, Drew Kim, and the mobility and movement coach. Also, we have Najim Wali, who has a lot of experience in K1 and MMA too. He's a great fighter. So we have a great team. It's a very, very good play. One of the best place in my area to train and get knowledge and become a good fighter.
What can you say about your first professional fight?
My first professional fight was in Georgia against a good kickboxer. And I was like training for maybe 3 or 4 months and before my first fight. So I was like very new, and it was my first competition in my life. So it went very well. I don't remember like first minute, but when I took him down, then I choked him with triangle choke. It was funny. People at that time didn't understand what happened. They saw that I lost because I was doing a triangle choke, and I was like on my back, right? And when I choked him and he stood up, he lifted one hand like this, like kind of, damn it, like this kind of stuff, damn it. And people, and I was in his city, and people thought that he won, and everybody was cheering. But then when the judge lifted my hand up, nobody was saying anything. Everybody was quiet. So it was so funny. Yeah, so first fight was interesting.
Let's get back to your fights in Georgia. Who was the toughest opponent back then in Georgia?
You know, every fight gives you some knowledge, and every fight is somehow tough. And I would say toughest fight for me was against David Bulalauri, in a way that I fought in one. He was a little bit bigger than me, and also I had I had on my rib cartilage was turned. So every time I would like do like sudden movements like this, it would like take away all my breath, and it was hurting so badly. But at that time in my country, it was very, very rare, rare for us to fight. It was hard for us to find the fights. And for some reason, the fight came up, opportunity. I wanted to accept the fight. I accepted the fight. I cut the weight in we had like 10 days notice or 9 days notice. I cut the weight, and during the fight day, you know, sometimes I don't know how to say it in English, but when sometimes when you like, for example, go bend in your lower back will be stuck.
Yes.
For some reason, I never had any problem with my lower back, never, ever. And I was in the morning praying, and I bended, and suddenly I got stuck in my back. And I was like, I couldn't get back, you know. And like around like 4 hours, 5 hours, my friend was doing massage to like warm it up and stuff. And I remember I couldn't pull out because it was the fight day already. They would think that I was like afraid or something, and that was the hard fight for me. I beat him 2 rounds like nonstop, and then I got a little bit tired, and my back, I mean, it was hurting so badly, and plus my rib. So it was like tough in that way that everything was hurting during the fight, and I was not able to do what I could because I could finish him much early, but I couldn't do it because of my injuries. So that I remember like as the toughest fighter and toughest fight in my fights in Georgia.
What can you say about your fight against Ahmed Husseinov, and is there some secret behind arm lock, rear naked choke? You were finishing majority of the opponents via some kind of submission.
You know what? I don't have any favorite submission. I just like every technique which is simple and which is easy to pull out, you know, which is efficient. So during the fights, I had these opportunities to just do those technique, and I just did it. They're not like my specialty or like something I'm like I love it or something stuff like that. So it just came. I saw the opening, I saw that I could do it, and I just did it. That's it.
Yeah, great. So about Josh Huber, this was like let's say first very serious fight, right?
Against Josh Huber, it was a good serious fight for me because I haven't fought for around 4 years since 2015, and it was the first fight, and also it was a pressure because I was like it was first fight in the United States, and I knew a lot of things was on stake, and we had some disadvantages in a way that it was in a high altitude, and I had to adapt to that altitude, and opponent was also very tough. Josh Huber is like very experienced, very strong, very durable. I mean, good fighter. So it was a good achievement and good win for me.
Next, you fought Ricky Steele, and well, Ricky Steele kind of. I don't want to sound critical towards Ricky Steele, but I expected tougher fight on his end, you know. But you pretty much defeated him very much easily in the second round. So, how did you defeated him so easily?
The thing is, Ricky, to be honest, I wasn't expecting to finish this fight that fast either. He's a very tough opponent. He has like perfect body for our weight class. He's so high, like 5'11". He physically was pretty strong too, and has a lot of experience too. He has like 8 fights in MMA, but he's training since he was like 5 or 6 years old. So he's like true martial artist, you know. All his life he's training and he's preparing. So he has a excellent striking, very good wrestling too. If you see his previous fights, none of his opponents were able to take him down. And the thing is, another thing is, I mean, I think my wrestling and my physical strength is way, I mean, in another level for my weight class. And everybody, my friends, my teammates, all of them are telling me that for my weight class, I'm like very strong. So probably that helped me a lot too. So a little bit experience, a little bit this physical strength, and also, you know, I believe that you have to have some luck too. You know, there is something from above which decides you will win or not. You know? So that day was just my night. That's it. Ricky is a great fighter, and I believe that he still has a lot of tank left, and he still can do a lot in this weight division.
You said that you plan to become a UFC champ in the future, so I assume UFC should be the next stop. And are we going to have a new Merab in the UFC?
You know, which soldier doesn't want to be a general, right? So that's every fighter's dream is to become an UFC champion. That's the highest goal, and for me, it's like just competing in UFC doesn't mean anything. Because I want, if I'll be there, I want to become a champion, and that's the goal. You know, it's not my goal to just fight in UFC, get 3 fights, and then go home. No, I do wanna be a first Georgian UFC champion, and I know that I have everything in me to do so. So I have to just work hard and not give up and try to do everything to reach my goal. That's it.
You're an undefeated fighter, so you definitely have what it takes. It's very, very hard to win 13 bouts in a row, so it's a hard task. So I assume we're gonna see you soon in the greatest MMA promotion. Would you like to greet someone, maybe your coaches? Would you like to mention anything else?
Of course, there are many, when you, in your career of your fighter or something, when you play something, you may get some victory, but when you have a good team, you can become a champion. And it's not me, or this is not only my to say achievement. Behind it, there are so many people who are helping me, my coaches, my friends, my teammates, my family. I've gone through so many people, and I've taken so many, I have to say, advantages in a way that I had great pleasure to train with many people. Like in Georgia, I was training with Lazishvili, who kind of gave everything to me in a way that it's his fault that I'm in this sport. He did everything to push me to train and not give up in the beginning. Then I trained with Shota Kulashvili and Giga Kuhalashvili. Both of them played a lot of role in my career, and Giga Kuhalashvili is still even today, even though he lives in Georgia, every time I have a fight or something, I always call him, and he's like giving me the analysis, and he's giving me some how to say, steps, what should I do, and he's always like giving me like good advices. After that, I went to the Russia with Taras Kiashko. He's like one of the best coaches in Russia in Strela promotion. And then finally here with Nima Mazari and Tony and Drew Kim, it's my doctors, Gregory Lee, Dr. Rosa. I mean, these people are always next to me. I wouldn't be able to do it alone. Without them, there is no way I could achieve anything. So I'm very grateful to them. So I hope we will get even higher achievements together.
Outstanding. Thank you so much for this, and I will put it to create immediately and release it immediately as soon as it finishes. No,
No problem.
this time PC is not gonna. Sorry for this, but this time PC is not gonna fuck me up.
No, don't worry, brother. That's okay. Anytime you need any help, brother, I'll be here. You have my contacts. You can call me. I'll be here. I'll be always happy to help if I can do anything.
Thank you so much, Zviad. Catch you now. I will put the video to creation, and have a great day. Thank you so much.
You too, my friend. Take care.